Today we're making one of my favorites. It's a chicken stir fry with onions. It's in the style of a beef and broccoli, Chinese style, but it's made with chicken and onions instead because that reduces the amount of calories and also creates a bigger volume for the dish so you feel fuller. It's 654 calories per serving and 50 grams of protein. And it's super simple to make. We're gonna start off by slicing 200 grams of chicken fillet into thin slices. Add 5 grams of baking soda, which will tenderize the meat so it won't dry out, meaning that we can stir fry it without it becoming boring. Then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of light soy sauce and 1 teaspoon of dark soy sauce. 3 grams of MSG, and then quickly give that a stir and then put it in the fridge for an hour. The sauce is super simple to make. The only difficult part here is maybe finding the Shawshank wine. I tried for years to create this dish that I had at a Chinese restaurant nearby when I was a kid, and I could never really figure out why it didn't taste like I remembered it. But then I actually found the Shawshank wine and it did wonders for the dish. So if you can find this, it's super helpful. Other than that, it's 1 tablespoon of light soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of dark soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce, 1.5 tablespoons of Shawshank wine, and 8 grams of sugar. After that, we're just gonna chop an onion and create fairly thick cloves from it. Then 8 grams of cornstarch, which we're gonna add some water to. How much water depends on how much sauce you want. And then 2 cloves of garlic, and finally 20 grams of ginger. And that's it. So now it's actually time to start cooking, and some of you might be highly offended of how I cook my rice, but I find that this is the easiest way to do it. Just boil some water, add some salt, and then my standard portion of rice, which is 65 grams. When the rice is done, you just drain the water and everything's fine. But then to the hot wok, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of oil. This is not a lot of oil, and that's mainly because this is the easiest way to reduce the amount of calories. This means that some of the chicken will stick to the wok, as you will see, but that's for 2 reasons, I guess. And first of all, my wok is not very well seasoned, so basically everything sticks. And since we're adding the sauce later as well, we can use that sauce to deglaze the wok, so it won't be a problem anyways. The wok will be fairly easy to clean and everything will be fine. So we're going to let the chicken cook for 2 to 3 minutes until it's almost done. Then we're going to add the onions and cook them for roughly 1 to 2 minutes. That depends on how you like your onions. Personally, I like them fairly crispy, so that's around maybe 1 minute. And then we're going to add the ginger and garlic, then the sauce, let the sauce cook for a minute, and then add the cornstarch slurry and let that cook for a minute, and then we're done. I usually make this as a meal prep, so I do batches of these and put in the freezer. I have boxes of many dishes so I can choose and don't have to eat the same thing for a week. It's super simple. But the only difference there is that I don't add the rice directly to the container in the freezer, since that will become all mushy and boring. So I cook the rice the day before and then add that to the frozen container and put it in the fridge instead of the freezer, and it will be much better to eat the day after. That's it. As I said, this is one of my go-to dishes and one of my favorites, and thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy.